Welcome to Your World Within Daily. I'm Eddie Pinero, and in this episode, we're going to float a reminder about the power of being one of the irrational few. Outside the norm, outside the box, or as George Bernard Shaw says, being an unreasonable man. There is a quote by George Bernard Shaw. He says, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man, the irrational few that see things that are not there, that see their world not as parameters that need to be adhered to or lived within, but as truly a temporary step to something greater. Right? Reality, as it sits today in your life, in the micro, the little things you do, all the way out to the world we live in, it's the manifestation of beliefs that have been brought to life, right? And to concede that this is how things are, as George Bernard Shaw states, is not, wrong, but it's a different type of existence than understanding, hey, this is clay. This is what we build from, right? One is easier. Right? When you concede that the world is what it is and you can fit snugly in there, things are simpler, but you concede your power, your ability to create change, right? To drive towards bigger and better. You're operating at the mercy of the outside world. The unreasonable man decides what the outside world is, takes life, finds the things that drive him or her, the things that ultimately are in their best interest, and makes them. Doesn't wait, doesn't hope, doesn't look around and say, well, that's just not the way things are. They see something that most don't. If we're looking at a staircase, right, a trajectory, step by step by step by step, the unreasonable man, while everyone is on step 2, builds step 3. And it doesn't make sense to the world. And sometimes it doesn't even make sense to the person building it. It's out there. All right? How can you justify or rationalize something that does not exist? A life that has not been created? You can't. But if you believe it and you build it, ultimately it materializes. Ultimately it becomes that step. And then people see it and they stand on it. Then you see it and you stand on it. Then it becomes part of your day-to-day life. That is not reasonable. It is not easy. But the best things in life never are. And so it's certainly a simplification, but simplicity is power, right? Or the ultimate sophistication, as has been said. And the question is, do you look at life as something that you conform to, as something that you are part of? Or do you look at life as something that you shape, that you make, and you control? Because I don't know about you, but my goal is certainly to be an unreasonable man. My goal is to be irrational. My goal is to be a creator, a maker, a doer, someone that decides, not follows. And I know every single person listening to this has the capacity to do that, to be on the front lines of what reality is, for themselves and for others. So let's make that happen. All right. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope you got something from it. If you did, please rate, subscribe, and review. It helps me get this out to the world. And guys, I appreciate it. So thank you for that. And I will catch you tomorrow.